Hello, this tutorial is about discovering authors and their authority, expertise, and their background information. So there are a number of ways to do this, but I'm going to show you the easiest. So when we are looking for a little more information about our author, so here we have either, Patrick Ferrucci, Margaret Duffy, Edson C. Tandock Jr., we get lots of information about them from either their departments that they work for. We can also scroll down and see a little more information. But let's say we get an author that we don't know anything about. They don't have all this great information, or maybe it's an older article and they didn't require this. One of the quickest, easiest ways is to go out into Google and to do an author search, or just do a person search. And this requires putting in quotation marks. So I'm going to go ahead and use Patrick Ferrucci. And then I'm also going to type in the word author. So by combining those two keywords, it forces the Google algorithms to make the connection that I'm looking for Patrick Ferrucci, which is sort of a common name. I mean, it's not as common as like Tom Smith, but Ferrucci is not that uncommon. But by putting the quotation marks around it, it forces the computer to search by the phrase Patrick Ferrucci. If I had a middle name or even a title like Junior or MD, I might include that too. He's added himself to Google Scholar, and that way you can track all the articles that he's in and who has cited him and how many times. This is a great way. This is an analytical way for us to ascertain just how prolific he is in the field, and also to see what other stuff that he's publishing. Here are some keywords and other authors that have cited his work. We can also look at his page right here, where he's connected to the University of Colorado at Boulder, College of Media and Communication Information. And here's a little more information about Mr. Ferrucci. So by doing this extra step, we just get a little bit a better idea about what Mr. Ferrucci's been up to lately, if he's publishing currently, if he's still employed. I don't know, maybe he got fired. And let's also try out another person I saw, and this is directly from one of your classmates' work, Rebecca Henderson. So I'm going to pull up Miss Henderson here, and again, we have she's a published author. There's a Wikipedia about her. Again, another common name. So I want to connect that to my article. Was my article about the economy? Was it about capitalism? Because it does seem that she's writing from a particular scope and point of view. So also I wanted to point out this about. About is an excellent tab to consider looking at for corporate information, business, personal. It's a little biography, so we can get a snapshot into perhaps ways that she's outside of her specific role as a Harvard researcher, economic researcher. She also sits on boards for Amgen and IDEX laboratories, both S&P 500 companies. So that might be important for me to look up if I was doing, say, research on pharmaceutical drugs, to see if maybe she sits on a board of a pharmacy. Would that influence her bias and her scope for why, or her purpose for writing what she's writing? Okay, so that's it for this quick tutorial, and thanks for watching.